Hello, my friends. It's such a beautiful day outside. In today's video, we are going to talk about the difference of imagining how we play our games and the actual joy of playing them. Stick around.
Live chill and video games.
Well, guys, I had a wonderful Easter holiday with my family, with my son, and with my girlfriend. And we also played a lot of games. We played more board games than video games this time around. But those are really fun. They make up they have they are more slow paced and they encourage more of a more of a connection between the people who play, and they also are more slow paced and make you relax better. But I've thought about it. Being Easter and all, I I get carried away and I buy another bundle of games. I buy another bundle of games, and although there are games that I really want to play, I added more to my library, more of the things that I want to play, but maybe I don't get all the time in the world to play them, as I'm sure all of us are. We have all these games, but we don't have so much time to play them. And I just realized something. I was looking also for not just games, but also hardware. On Vinted, I was thinking about the period when in the 2000s when they had the Windows XP, and it's such a nostalgic time for me. And I started to imagine how I would build another system XP machine, and I said another because I already have one that is almost built, and I want to build it now. But I was thinking about building another one. I was thinking about maybe building another one or setting up a Windows XP machine as dual boot on the retro computer I already have, which is not so retro. It's actually, it has Windows 10, but it has the retro monitor and the keyboard. But I was browsing and making lists of hardware, and I also found like the Nvidia Quadro cards, especially the K600 and the K22000. And I was also you know starting to make calculations about how I'm going to buy these things, starting to make plans on how am I going to integrate the dual boot in the system, and all about these things in my head. And these are nice, all these projects, and even if you build them in your head, just in your head, these projects are really nice to do. They're not something that has any there's no problem with it. I mean, it's fun building things in your head sometimes, but we have to make the difference between building stuff in our head that is related to gaming or building for real, and the actual joy of playing the games. Because I oftentimes think about how I'm going to play the game on the new Windows XP system I made, and how that game will bring me that much nostalgia, and I'll relive those moments that I had in childhood or in high school. But that doesn't always happen. You oftentimes end up building something like a system or something like that, and the actual joy of playing the game, or the actual joy you had back then, it cannot be recreated. You have to enjoy the experience now as it is. Enjoy the games you have now, even the nostalgic ones. I mean, if I play now a nostalgic game that I have, I won't recreate the memory back then. It will bring back some memories, but it won't be the same. The actual memory and the actual experience will be the one I'm living now, in the present. So, I oftentimes, like I said, I was looking on those video cards, and I said at one point, I said, enough of this. Enough of this, and I'm just going to play the games which I can play. You don't necessarily need a Windows XP system built from scratch to enjoy a game from the Windows XP era. I actually have most of my, almost all of them, the games I played back in high school. I have them on GOG already bought, and I can play them on my 4x3 retro monitor. It's not a CRT, but It's, you know, an old LCD monitor, which is really good. So yeah, you can do that. You know, you can actually enjoy what you already have, and that's, you know, that's what's the revelation for me. You know, that's, I'm starting to more and more enjoy the experience. I mean, I want to focus my mind to enjoy the experience of games rather than imagining of how I'm going to play them on, you know, that system or that one system, or going for a game I don't own, but to forget about the ones I already do own, you know. So that's it, guys. That's the difference, and it was, you know, a big revelation for me. Even if you, I mean, if you give in and you buy new things, remember that it's not the same thing. I mean, building a system or buying a game is not the same as playing it. You know, that's the joy of playing it. So I'm trying to set my mind more on that. Thanks for watching my video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and share. Have a nice one.